Hey guys, it's your girl Tamika from LJ's Kitchen. And Anari here. As you see, we have a bunch of collard greens.
Oh my god. I like your ring.
Thank you, Yum Yum. Yes, I have to take my rings off when I'm cooking, honey. So, I have my collard greens. Now, this is how they come
Collard greens
in the store. You pick your bunches that you want. And when I get them home, this is what I do. So I figured, I have a cooking class coming up, and I figured why not show people how I clean my collard greens. So, of course, I take the stems off. I don't like to use these thick stems. And I know some older people, more mature people would be like, oh my God, she just threw all those stems away. Because there's a lot of vitamins in these stems. So I just kind of slide my hand up, and this is how I clean my greens. You see how dirty they are? They are very, very dirty. So I want to show you how to clean them with a box of salt. Yes, salt. And the salt is not going to make them salty because you're going to wash them I wash them about 3 or 4 times. And I empty the water out, and then I pour salt over top of them again. And then I empty them out, and I repeat. So this is how my greens look, my collard greens look. You can do the same thing with rape and mustard greens and kale, the same thing. So I stack them on top of each other. And when I stack them, I have a bunch of piles. And then I roll them up and cut them. Now, some people will cut their greens now. I don't see the point of doing that. I usually, they'll wash their greens down, I should say, and then cut them. But they're already dirty, so why not roll them up? And I'll show you what I'm going to do. I feel like I'm talking a lot, but I get my cutting board. I roll my greens up, just like so, just like this. And I try to roll them up pretty tight, and then I cut ribbons. This is how I cut my greens. Everybody wants to know how I prep for my greens before I cook them. This is how. So this is what you do. And then these ribbons, I kind of cut these ribbons in half like so. Just like that. So almost looks like confetti. But these greens get really nice and tender when you cut them small like this. And then I just put them into a big bowl or anything that you have. Now, usually this is a little bit of greens for me. This is only about 5 pounds. Usually I'm cooking 20 pounds of greens for my Thanksgiving dinner or Easter dinner, or somebody orders food from me. I do that. So again, I just go through and cut ribbons and cut them pretty much the same width. And then we're going to do the same thing, and then I'll show you what they look like in a second. Okay, so this is our last bunch. We got all these greens in here. I'm going to roll this last one up really, really tight. And I'm going to do the same thing, just cut ribbons. Sometimes I have a whole case of greens that I get from my restaurant supplier, and I have to make like a lot of greens for like 100 people. So that's a lot of greens to have to clean, but fresh is best. I'm not a big fan of even the ones you get that's pre-washed. Just not a big fan of it. Some people, don't mind it, but I do. I feel like, of course, fresh is best. And any way you have to do it is your prerogative. I couldn't say it. All right, so that's that. We have all of our greens. Now we are going to wash these babies. Now, of course, at this point, I just take my stopper I fill up my sink with cold water, always cold water. I dump in my collard greens, and like I said, usually I have way more collard greens than this. Okay, so I'll get this to the side. And then I have another bowl that I put them in. Now, I take the cheapest box of salt that you can get, and I use that to, and I'm just going to show you. I just pour them over my greens like so. And I know it seems like a lot, but what it's going to do is going to pull all that sand and dirt and grit down to the bottom of the water. So we're going to get this filled up, and I'll be right back. I have a really large sink, so this is where I just start to kind of like massage. And usually, like I said, my sink is filled up with greens. This is just a little bit that I'm preparing for a cooking class. Make sure your sink or whatever, if you're using a tub, make sure it's impeccably clean. And I just go and I start massaging these greens and get that dirt down at the bottom. Right now, it's the worst thing in the world to eat gritty greens. To eat gritty greens. You ever taste someone's greens at Thanksgiving or Christmas time or any kind of holiday, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I taste like grit in my teeth, like dirt. That is the worst. So this is why I go and I use the salt to clean my greens. The salt is going to help to pull down the dirt from your greens. Now I do this step about 3 or 4 times, and I repeat it over and over again. I don't know why it works. I don't have the science behind it, but this is what my mama taught me to do. So this is what I do. And this dirt is, this water is pretty dirty. So I repeat this. I put it in a bowl like so. And I repeat this step about 3 or 4 times so I feel like there's no more dirt. Really until my water goes clean. So I'm going to do this about 3 more times, and then that's it. This is how I clean my greens, and then I prep them for either the next day or either for that day. But I usually like to do this ahead of time. You see how green and gritty that is? I don't know if you can really see it, but yeah, it's pretty gritty. I let the water out, and I get fresh water, and then I dump my greens all over again. So this is how I clean my greens. I'm your girl Tamika from LJ's Kitchen. Again, I'm going to do this about 3 or 4 times. But bye for now. Okay, I know I said bye for now, but you see how murky this water is? Now you can see how green and murky this water is. So I just let the water out, and then I fill this tub up again. I probably should have did a voiceover, but I'm going to let all this water out. I'm going to take this and rinse everything out. And then I'm going to do this all over again because these greens were dirty. But the salt kind of pulls away. All right, here we go. It pulls away all the dirt. All right, so I clean the sink out again. Get everything out. And then here I go. I'm going to dump these back in again. Just wanted to show you just in case you didn't believe me. You know, somebody said to me, you should just show them the whole thing and how you do this. So here I go with the salt again. And again, the salt is not going to make these greens salty. It's just going to pull everything. It's going to pull everything down. Okay? All the dirt down. The worst thing in the world is to have gritty greens. Woo! Show you again. Even the ones that say they're pre-washed, they're pre-washed. Wash them again. Because sometimes they have worms in them, ladybugs, all kinds of dirt and grime. The salt helps to kill those bugs too. So we're not letting it soak in, but I have to do this 2 more times because I can already tell this water is getting cloudy again. So just to be on the safe side, I like to clean them 2 more times until this water is clear. So now I think I'm going to just end the video there. You can always comment me. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it. We finally made it over 1,000 subscribers. Yes, I got to clean these greens, honey.
Well, did I say subscribe?
You said subscribe. That's my granddaughter. So, okay, we are going to get finished with this video. Don't take a rocket scientist to do this, but I'm going to soak these and wash these 2 more times, and then I'm done. All right. Bye for now.